she's a little fox running around. What can be cuter than that?
Oh. Yumi.
No, that's wrong answer.
Oh my god, you almost gagged. Oh
okay.
my,
No
starting
judging.
off. No judging, thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, but Solari, we're going into this game that might be the one finalizing a 2-0 for Clash or reverse sweep potential for G2. G2 putting themselves in a very aggressive position already. 5 people here in the mid lane. The bandage is not going to hit, so they're just going to disengage.
Yeah, so having a little look at the enemy and then walking back to the jungle. Now, I'm looking at the draft and there is one really interesting thing happening on the Clash, and this is the amount of scaling that they have for themselves. Because look at that. Every lane is pretty much going to be a weak side in the early game, because you have Victor, who really needs to be focused on farming and really wants nobody to be on his lane to disturb him. You have Sivir and Yumi, who are hyper scalers, so tough. They really struggle in the early game, especially Sivir with the mana issues that I believe are still going for her. But then late game, oh my god, I don't want to be anywhere close to them. And Yasuo, it's Yasuo. Yeah.
It's just a Yasuo, yeah. I don't think maybe okay, let's get into a consensus. You really don't like Yumi. I think I equally don't like Yasuo.
Oh my god, really? I mean, I don't know many people who like Yasuo. He's not very likable champion per se. He's extremely annoying to play against. But do you really not like him as much as the majority of players dislike Yumi?
I think so. I think so.
That's a statement.
Colombo trying to go for a sneaky one from the bush. Bandage is going to miss. But here in a bot lane, Solari, we have an ADC, like basically the one ADC that can be protected. Of course, Ezreal as well. But that can be totally protected from a bandage like that. Oh, top lane though, Devil Trigger getting the damage on Lysia, as a Yasuo does. I hate that. They come back through the lane and then went over and over.
Oh my god, what's happening to the bot lane in the meantime? Apparently those bandages finally hit, and look at the health bar of Shine on Me. It's half HP. Not anymore, thank you very much, the Yumi B. But that was a lot of damage coming out. And honestly, that's what you would expect from G2's bot lane. Right now, they want to be as aggressive as possible because they have a support that can do much more in the early game. They have the AD carry who can have a bigger output in the early game. So why not go like that? Exactly, all in, and more damage on Shine on Me. The cat has to disconnect, but Colombo might just be overstepping a little bit. That's not resulting in a kill, but it's not resulting in a death either.
Yes, and one thing that we have to point out about this one is that even though Clash was very low on health on that one, they still have a Yumi. It's going to be easier to heal up. Oh, Karina though, going for this one, just taking the sweeper on the ward. I don't think they should commit. That would be too dangerous unless the rest of your team is gonna join up. And they're pushing Shine on Me so back into the lane. They're taking priority on everything. Divided those platings between 3 people, and they're pushing very nicely. And maybe this is the reset that we talked about for G2.
Oh, quite possibly. Look at that. They completely denied the lane for Clash. Completely. Yeah, again, no kills in the end, but what matters is that there is a huge priority for G2 right now. Colombo is extending it even further. Look at that. She's leading the enemy minions right now. And look at the position on this lane. It's completely in the control of G2 right now.
Yeah, also the warding in the river, they're going to reset now as the wardings are going to. Of course, there's the scuttle crab as well. But the vision around the area was theirs, so they knew they could be advanced as they were. And precisely as you said, you don't have to get the kills to get the pressure on the lane. And Karina was just so precise on that one. And it was incredible for G2, especially for giving them a boost in confidence coming back into a possible reverse sweep.
I would say we should expect to continue to see what was just happening on the bot lane to continue to happen on that very bot lane, because we're still talking about the lane that cannot really do too much in the very beginning of the game, and we're talking about Yumi. And yeah, you were talking about the insane heal coming from her, but remember that it comes at a great cost, because Yumi's mana costs in the beginning of the game for heals are really high. The moment you heal somebody up, you're not going to be able to do anything for quite some time more.
Yeah, it's something that goes in the mechanic of being Yumi, right? You have to jump out of your character, out of your carry, to be able to get in range for those little auto attacks. Colombo, though, looking very aggressive in their stance. They know Karina is around. They're going to try to get a bandage on the Civi. I don't know if they tried, if there was a spell shield used on this one, but it was still enough to push them backwards and guarantee some pressure. Of course, getting the vision with the Scuttle Crab, and now taking the Drake 50% off its HP.
There is a very interesting balance in G2's playstyle in this game, especially if you compare it to what was happening in the previous one. There is a good balance of, yes, we're going extremely aggressively onto the enemy, but also we're being careful enough, because look at that, to take down the Drake, they tracked 4 out of 5 people of their team to go into that P to make sure that they completely secure it without Clash even trying to go in and do anything.
Yes, and even though that happened, we still have G2 very much equal in farm. And in the bot lane, of course, the pressure that they have been doing has granted 11, 20, 20. Oh! The bandage is gonna connect. Instant ignite as well to deny some of the healing from Yumi. But Shinomi is confident enough to still continue dealing some damage. But it's basically what we said in the beginning. They are going to keep up with this posture because it's just working so well.
The only issue I'm having with it right now is that, yeah, the pressure is absolutely amazing from G2 on the bot lane. They're not letting Sivir get any farm. The problem is, later in the game, she's still going to feel rather fine if Clash can make sure that the game drags for as long as possible, because she has an amazing wave clear. She has insane damage the moment she gets Kraken Slayer and Phantom Dancer, but she might not live to see it, because look at that, there is Tifa rotating from the mid lane. A lot of flashes being exchanged, but Tifa is here to save the day. She's got, oh, the charm almost hit Shine on me. What time in a row is it that Shinomi escapes the death?
Oh!
Oh,
that was beautiful. Oh my god, look at them go, connecting with the Q and the flash. The charm is not going to be another flash, and Colombo guaranteeing safety for their mid laner. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Talking a lot about the audacity in the previous game. Oh, that's a beautiful view of the recalls, by the way. But thank you very much, production. I love it. Can we do it with Ari next time, please? Thank you. Ah, come on. You are
She's just a little
best.
Castle.
Oh my god.
Gorgeous.
I feel blessed. Right. Yeah, thank you. Replay. That's even better. Look at that. Again, G2 are pushing really insanely. They have the minions under the enemy turret, which gives them a little bit more safety going in and committing to a tower dive. There is a lot of health bar going really low, especially Hanko, but here is the trick. That Q flash from Vi that you highlighted a little bit earlier. It is just so unexpected, but so on point.
Yeah, and so tasty to watch as well.
Yeah.
But I loved that one too, the coordination Tifa flashing away and Colombo locking down 26 Dreams in place to defend their mid laner. Super great. And to be fair, I am very happy to see that sort of clash positioning that they had in the previous game in this one, because 26 Dreams was so present all around. Oh, Henkel getting chunked here, but they're gonna come back with a bandage, just enough to take one and guarantee another kill for the Varus. Colombo dropping down. There isn't much that you can do against two champions that have a Yumi together, but if the Yumi drops out of you, well, she's gonna go down pretty easily. Tifa and Karina coming back for the equalizer in this little trade.
Okay, what is really surprising here, okay, maybe I shouldn't use the word surprising, but really awesome rather to see from G2, is the follow-up, is the awareness of everybody on the team to whatever is happening on the map. This little fight starting on the bot lane absolutely did not look good the moment Henkel went down, and come on, with that little health bar, you shouldn't expect any other outcome. But there was so much follow-up, suddenly so many people from G2 rotated very quickly to follow up on that battle. Like, look at that, we see how exactly it started, because we kind of jumped in the very middle of it. Shinomi is taking a lot of damage. The moment Yumi is joining, it's a little bit easier to continue. She's trying to go in, she's trying to go for a kill, which is going to be possible the moment fight joins, but it's going to be very hard as well, because look at that. We have only Colombo here, so it looks very easy for Clash right now, right? But they have no vision deeper into jungle, and they don't know that the rest of the G2 are going to join the fight. and going to turn it around. And again, we're going 3-3, so we're going completely equal between the teams in terms of the kills.
And Solari, what you said there, that they weren't expecting the rotation, the full rotation from Tifa and Karina on that one really shows, because we saw malicious mode thinking that it was safe to get out from the company of 26 Dreams. And the moment they did, the damage was immense on them. Oh, the ulti is gonna hit on 26 Dreams. They fall pretty quickly. A lot of ultis use that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought it was a Victor ult, but it was just the Gwen area. As we're gonna go in on this one. Nice shield from Shine on me, denying the charm from Tifa. I'm telling you, the teams came back to this one on a full-on recharge.
Oh, absolutely. G2 feels extremely refreshed comparing to what we saw from them in the previous game. This is a very nice sight to see, but look at Clash, because they're not going to let them take this dragon easily. They're still going to do it, of course, because it's the question of getting Smite closer to the dragon. But come on. Clash really tried to stop them, and it was a good attempt. Thank you very much, production.
I love you so much. Look at that.
Oh my god. Oh, my day is made. Thank you.
The honor recall as well. Oh, mwah. Amazing.
Yes.
And we talked about Devil Trigger in the previous game, and they're doing this Herald by themselves. They know, because as what we mentioned, the communication between the players is so essential to guarantee that they know it's safe to do this. They're not going to be stolen or anything. 26 Dreams guarantees the buff for themselves, so they can easily go to all the lanes, drop it on the bot lane if necessary. But I am enjoying this so much. It is even feeling like a grand finals. It's feeling like a game 3, but it's still the game 2 to try to decide whether we're going for a third one or not.
I'm so happy to see how well G2 are working with the tools they have. Come on!
Again?
Oh my
god.
You are literally the best person right now.
Right?
There's nobody who can top you. Come on.
I'm so happy. My soul is very happy. My heart is warm. I'm feeling warm fuzzies. I love it very, very much. Thank you so much. Our production team, everyone has been incredible. Genie, Bloxer, us together. It's been a blast. It's the first time, first tournament that we get to work together, and it's been amazing.
Oh, I am loving every single second of it, honestly. It's just such a joy. And I'm loving this game as well. Let's maybe get back to it, because I had a point to make and I still want to continue on it. Because I think it's a really important one, but maybe I will need to wait, because... no, I will not need to wait. They're just trying to look at Devil Trigger very respectfully. But there are so many tools that G2 have drafted for themselves to start a fight and to throw immediately a very good and hot control onto the enemy team. And I love that they're not afraid to use it and to throw it on top of each other. They have so many tools, possibilities to start a fight on their own terms and whenever they decide they want to start it. And they're just throwing it at Clash whenever they're not expecting it. It's pretty much what we were seeing in the previous game, but completely reversed, because it's in G2's hands right now.
And speaking of unexpected, to me, that's what it is to see a Mumu there on the other side of the map. I really wasn't expecting it. I think they're just very confident in leaving Henkel alone. But 26 Dreams is there. They don't have vision. Yes. Oh, that was a lovely fog of war. Oh, so well executed. They have the detection as well. They're going to pop the Herald on this one, clearly. They're going to take... Oh, they're probably going to go for him first. Yuumi follows in on the Sivir. They get the last chapter. The forward Q from 26 Dreams, guaranteeing that one alongside the ulti. But now they're 1v2. They're going to try to execute themselves. I don't think... Oh, lovely there to guarantee they would give the kill to the support. Now, the Haste Fengrau also coming in to get some pressure and protect the rest of the teammates. It's just every time we think it's absolutely going to one side of the team, then it's suddenly so equal and even for both of them.
Even is a good word. Yeah, everything feels extremely even in this game. But I still want to have you remember how much scaling is available for Clash in this game.
Yes.
How well they're going to feel later in the game. So that's why, while I love what G2 are doing on the map, and I love the outcome for them, especially looking at the kills on Karina. She must feel very good working towards her second item, her Mythic, and she's going to be just going into the battle the moment this Riftmaker hits her. But I'm not seeing enough action towards that Sivir Yumi combination. They have both one death per champion, but I don't think it's enough. As long as the game goes into the late game, they're still going to hype this build. This was a beautiful moment to actually punish them, because this is a very big commitment, maybe even an overcommitment. You are using 3 members of your team and 3 ultimates to try to get to the enemy, but you are getting completely locked down by Lysia, who is all of a sudden here on your flank, and you have to sacrifice one person as well. So even though, yeah, as you said, the kill goes to the support in the end, so it's not too bad, it's not good at all either.
Yes, I totally agree. And something that we have to point out is how last game we had junglers that had amazing kill participation, but you also don't want all the kill gold to be on the hands of one person. And that's what's happening with both teams right now. That's why it's so even. We have Gwen, the 3 kills earlier in the game. There were just 3 kills for G2. They were all for Gwen, and the same thing for Vi. 100% of Clash's kills are for Vi, so you really are going to have a hard time when you need to get the other champions online. But as you said, they've got a Sivir, and their potential for scaling is amazing. They can farm well, they can push well. Karina might be caught in a bad position, but no, it's 26 Dreams. There might be a nice dodge. Damage is popping off onto them, though. The knock-up is enough. Kill for Devil Trigger, who just joined the party, but bottom lane is going to be a Mumu going down Colombo. Now leaving Henkel in a bad position. The damage from Yumi, the dodge onto the first ricochet there, and they are safe. But that is going to mean Clash will get priority for the Drake. There's no vision or presence of any members of G2 to try to contest this one, so that is huge for them, considering that this would be a potential sow point for G2. So Clash is coming back around.
So look, this is a very good example of a good punishment for overcommitment. Okay, that's okay. First of all, this is a slightly different story. We're going to see how exactly Colombo went down and Henkel almost went down. This is a big commitment again from both of the teams, but there is some damage already available for Sivir, and she leaves as long as Yumi is sitting stuck on her. But what was happening, I think what was more important part happening at the same time is what was happening at the river with Karina overcommitting and getting punished immediately, because again, she didn't expect so many enemy team members being in this part of the jungle, which is something you should expect when there is a dragon already available on the Summoner's Rift. But I absolutely love how Clash are taking whatever mistake the enemy is making, punishing them very heavily for it immediately, and extending it to get something else on the map.
And speaking of getting something else on the map, funny to see that they didn't have any sort of vision on their Herald, because not only vision, they didn't even think about going there. Nobody was directing to that lane. It looks like they're just going to try and take down bottom lane here. The tower is not even on 50%, but Shine On Me is here, so it's going to be enough. But it does mean that G2 got the Herald for themselves, and if they can drop that on mid lane, and it looks like they're going to do so, it can be very hard for Clash, because it's the main entrance to your base, right? The mid lane. So as they have dropped the Herald there, it's going to deal quite a lot of damage. I don't think they have the backup to go. Oh, 26 Dreams might be going for this one. Karina is going to get the last chapter on her, but it's not going to root her down. It's a Mumu that goes down first. The knockup from Devil Trigger. It's another one for Clash, and they're fighting this fight so well. It's a 4-3 now for 2 players down on G2, and they even, of course, they lost the tower. It's okay. There was a Herald, but they equalized it so well. So exactly as you mentioned, they're evening it up every time.
Absolutely, I love seeing it, because it makes the game just so much more exciting. But what's interesting here is that whenever we approach a fight, a team fight or a smaller skirmish, whoever starts the fight has higher chances of getting out of it victorious, because we have such big ultimates. We have the Yumi and the Vi who is delivering. Well, basically Vi and Sivir are both there to deliver the Yumi's ultimate as close to the enemies as possible. You have Vi plus the follow-up from Yasuo, immediate, a very good follow-up. Plus you have Victor, who can just stand in a very safe distance and throw in an ultimate, which still damages a lot. Funny enough how this mid lane hasn't been really seen on the map that much, but still has the items, has the farm, has the damage, so he's still feeling good. Do not forget that Victor is in the game. Same goes for G2. They have really strong tools to start the fight and win it immediately without giving the opponents any chance to answer with anything. So whoever is there in a better position to throw something at the enemy, is going most probably to get out of it victorious. We'll see if it's going to be true or not, because 26 Dreams is here to do the first move, jumping immediately onto Karina, and that field is not going to help you because 26 Dreams is in that field as well. TP is almost going down. No, that's a very low health, and Fangirl is here to save the day. And look at that, the human delivery again helped to secure the kill.
Yes, and we confirmed exactly what you said there. It's going to be the damage coming from the team that starts first. They're gonna get the advantage on their enemies, and it was exactly what happened. So every time on both sides, whenever one makes a mistake, they're punishing it. 26 Dreams has been super important to make everything cohesive for Clash. So has Karina. So both junglers, as we mentioned, all throughout the tournament, has been absolutely essential. But I still think that in regards to at least how the gold has been distributed, G2 is a little behind because, of course, they have... Wow, that's a lot more than I thought it was. So we are on over 4k gold for Clash at this point. Yeah, like when did that happen?
Look at the top laners. The difference is super big there. I mean, the difference in both the CS department and in the gold in general. And honestly, everywhere in the map, the difference is quite big, I'd say.
Yeah, so it really goes to show how having the kills and the assists for all the champions in your team is going to be so great for those team fights. Exactly why they won this last one. They've engaged first, but not only that, they had the follow-up and they had the damage to finalize everything. They're gonna go for Columble on this one. Interesting that they're going for the support. Not only the support, a very tanky one at that, but they're just aiming to get pressure on this lane so they're able to rotate for the Drake that has just spawned. They are in a good position because the rest of G2 is on the other side of the map, and they might not even be aiming towards getting this Drake at all.
Yeah, they have some other priorities on the map right now with Lysia on the top lane, but she was just caught by Devil Trigger. Look at that, trying to have a little bit of cross-map play. But, oh, who was it? Wait, okay, I really want to see the replay of that one because that was a rather interesting one, but it was in the very small window, so I want to see more of it. But Lysia was on the top lane, trying again to have a cross-map play, knowing very well that Clash are going to go for the dragon because they had all the prior fluids. Taking down the turret, there was somebody, Devil Trigger in this case, trying to stop it, but come on, it just didn't work out. Devil Trigger is down, it's a -1 for Clash. Everybody from G2 is on the top side, which means almost a free Baron.
Yeah, and they're gonna take that down so quickly. They have Varus, they have the damage from Karina as well, and that's going to be exactly what you need to melt it. They knew, as you said, they knew they were gonna be in the bottom path, and having that uncontested this early into the game is so great for G2, and especially since Clash. Oh my goodness, look at them together.
Oh, okay, I have to admit that this recall was actually kind of maybe a little bit, tiny bit cute, but I didn't say it.
Just a little bit. Look at her. Oh, goodness.
Stop. No, stop it. No. I will not fall into this trap.
Oh my god.
Okay, what we have in the game right now, it's important. We have the Baron on the side of G2, which means a lot of unleashed push potential for them, and they are trying to use it to the fullest. They also still have Karina and Tifa on their side, who are very strong, and I find it really interesting how these two players are so important in the playmaking, because if they go in and make a mistake, it goes down and shatters for G2, but if they go in and do everything fine, chances are they're going to get out of any skirmish victorious, because come on, they're in a very good position right now. Tifa is acting as an enabler, going with Everfrost, and then there is Karina, who already is sitting on the pretty much power spike in terms of the itemization, allowing her to go in and survive for long enough in the fights to deal damage. So it all comes down to how well they are positioning themselves, just these two key players.
Yes, and G2 really built such a great push for themselves in regards to gold. They were 4 down, and now they're just barely 1k gold down, and that's all because of how they managed to prioritize the Baron. They
Yeah.
knew they had enough damage to take it. And that's working super well for them.
Yeah.
They have the pressure in the jungle. They have warded everything. They're pushing in the lanes. It's so much easier with the buff, of course. And I think that's an amazing move and bold, to be fair, coming from G2. But it was also very confident. 26 Dreams might be caught out of guard here. It's actually 2v2. Colombo has arrived. The flash forward, the bandage, and the damage is dropping on 26 Dreams. Tifa comes too. Tries to get the Everforce to help even more. But this bot lane is looking fairly going to go down.
I couldn't have said it better, to be honest. But I love how we have the ongoing theme of this game, and this is punishing the enemy for doing any mistakes on the map. And it's not just taking the kills, as we just saw happening in the jungle with 26 Dreams. The Baron was a pretty good example of that as well. Oh my god, what is happening in the meantime? Karina talking about punishing for mistakes, but no, she is just getting out. All is good. All is fine. But you were talking a little bit earlier, I believe, when we had one of the heralds, how you were surprised with not seeing the vision from QLASH around the pit or in the pit or anywhere in that part of the jungle. And here with the Baron, it was pretty much the same situation. QLASH were extremely good at maintaining and keeping the vision in the previous game. In this game, I'm not seeing as much of vision available from them compared to the previous one. And you can see how much it's not helping them on the map.
It really isn't. It really isn't, Solari. And we notice how that was the case. You mentioned the Herald, the Baron as well, and especially the Herald. It felt like it was very unnecessary. Like it was just getting vision there because they got the fight at the bottom. They had the advantage. And they just went for farming in the jungle instead of getting some vision in the objectives. And G2 took advantage of it. Of course, it's the main thing, it's the main repetition we've seen this game is how much they're punishing each other's mistakes. Whereas in the previous one, I didn't think there were like many G2 mistakes, but more like clash rights. This one is rights and wrongs and rights and wrongs, and it's just all over the place every time.
Exactly. You know what else is all over the place? Well, maybe not that much. Okay, I tried to make a pun here and it completely did not work for me. I'm sorry. But the dragon, and what is important is the dragon is spawning very, very soon. There is no more Baron buff available for G2, so they cannot really continue with the pushing and with the pressure on the map. However, what else is not there is enough vision again from QLASH. They had a little bit around this part of the map, so they have the general understanding of that G2 are around the dragon right now, taking the soul point. But how are they going to reply to it? Clearly, they cannot rotate towards the Drake and contest the soul point. They need to be doing something else on the map. Is it going to be trying to defend the bot side of the map, or is it going to be rotation towards the top? Because a minute is left before the next Baron is going to be out.
I think it's very questionable. All the root is there, but the shield is also there. Oh, the knockup lands, but Devil Trigger was still stunned. They couldn't do much about it. Damage is coming on the tower. It's going to go down. 26 Dreams gets the knockup as well. It's looking like QLASH is in a good spot. Yes, they are. Henkel are very, very close. The shield bow, but the damage from Tifa is landing too. Not enough though. Haze Girl is going. Oh, wow, did that work? Wait. What?
Yeah, that worked. That teleport totally worked. Lysia lives.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Lysia. Wow.
You lucky. Okay, there is one thing that we haven't talked about, and it's, again, I hate to admit it, but it's Yuumi. The thing is, whenever you pick Yuumi, or whenever anybody picks Yuumi for that team, it's not just the ADC plus the support combination you need to look at. It's very important to see what the jungler is, because the amount of times that Yuumi is going to be working with the jungler and sitting on the jungler instead of the ADC is going to be insane. And here, keep your eyes on Vi. She's going to jump right into the battlefield, and Yuumi is sitting on her. And again, this is the Yuumi delivery service. Vi is the Uber here. But look at that. G2 are all of a sudden in the Baron pit. The Baron is going down super quickly, but so is the health bar of Fangirl. Oh my god! That was a beautiful ultimate from Lysia!
Oh, 26 Dreams, she gets it. She guarantees the buff for QLASH. I can't believe that was the case. They were looking like it was pretty much doomed. Karina, though, is not going to take that as the final result, trying to get the two last champions on QLASH. But, wow. I don't know how 26 Dreams landed that one, but the secure on this mind was incredible. Though it's 5v2 in a push in the mid lane here, G2 is going for it. Probably The buff on the minions is not going to be enough to defend the inhibitor. They're going to rotate for the top lane as well. It is already pushed. It doesn't look like the Baron buff is working so much right now.
It's kind of working to an extent. Look, there is one inhibitor down and one inhibitor is standing completely naked, so it's really, really bad for Clash right now. But what is happening is that everybody's up for them. They have a defending chance. The inhibitor that is down means that there is more gold going towards their base, which is always good if you ask me. 26 streams. Are you sure you want to be there? Can you please not? Oh my god.
Messing with our heart.
You're bloodthirsty. Oh, look at them.
Look at her.
But the rest of Clash are here. Oh, that is a missed ultimate from Varus, and this is a beautiful opening for Clash to go in. That's Varus down, that's not down, and everybody else is going to be down soon as well. It's a double kill for Savior, and we were talking about how big this Savior is going to be later in the game, and we are at the later in the game stage.
Yes, we are, Solari. We have the Sivir with the Kraken's Lair, with the Phantom Dancer. It's the point where she shines the most. And right now, sitting on 4, 2, and 8, she has so much to contribute here. 26 Dreams is feeling so confident with the Yumi on herself, the rest of the team backing her up to take the inhibitor. Once again, if you could imagine... Oh, really? Okay, there we go. We saw their inhibitor going down, and they transformed it into a quick takedown of the enemy inhibitor themselves. It's been back and forth, evening the odds through this whole game. Both teams are amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, look, at this moment, I wouldn't agree with you. At this moment, it looks like 26 frames. What are you doing there? Tifa is really, really bloodthirsty, and she wants to take you and that little cat that's sitting on you down. But that's one missed ultimate right here, and as I said, it's an opening. Immediately, you can see that the advantage is all of a sudden on the Clash side, and they are not afraid to use it to the fullest.
Yes, they're not, and that's what we've seen in the last game from Clash. And now that they have, as you mentioned, the hyperscalers, they are online, they're able to get that sort of potential and just sort of gameplay that they have displayed. They are going to show it, and they're gonna go for it every single time, especially with 26 Dreams and Malicious Mode on their backs. But Karina, though, is going for a split push alongside Lysia. A lot of damage on this inhibitor. I don't think Devil Trigger is going to try to do anything about it. 26 Dreams has arrived, though. It's turned into a 2v2 scenario. The knockup is going to land. The ulti 2, second ulti chained. And a Guardian Angel is going to be... Wait, that was a Guardian Angel?
It's Zhonya's.
That was a Zhonya's?
It looked like Guardian Angel because the health bar was so small for Karina.
Yeah, I thought it was a
Guardian. Yeah, exactly.
And then she turns golden, and I was like, wait, Guardian Angel's not golden?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at 26 Dreams. Relentless going on to Clumble, and all that tankiness is not helping you because you are being shredded down completely. Fangirl, though, is taking a lot of damage, being a little bit out of the position. The Drake is up, but everybody's focus is suddenly shifted away from it because Clash want to continue chasing G2 away.
Yes, they were looking for blood and they got it. They're landing such great engages, especially with the Vi, and they're gonna take this one, which means that we're gonna have a fight for Soul Point in the next one. That's going to be amazing. As I said, this has been feeling like a game 3, so if it does go to a game 3, I don't even know what to expect.
I don't know. Oh my god, Lisa.
Oh!
That was so close. Lisa missing again a very big ultimate, and immediately the reaction from Yumi is to press her own R button. This is happening over and over again, but look at how different the map looks compared to how it looked like just a couple of minutes earlier. The moment G2 got the first Baron pushed so far away, they were everywhere on the map. Clash were not safe anywhere, and it looked like G2 would be just completely in control of the game and take it very soon. But look at that. The map is all red all of a sudden because Clash are taking everything they're seeing and they keep pushing forward. They just took the dragon, so we are sitting now on 2 soul points for both teams, and a minute is left before the 3rd Baron of the game. I love saying it, the 3rd Baron of the game.
The 3rd Baron. Oh my god, Solari, I can't believe this is going to be the case. It's the 3rd Baron. It's going to be a fight for a soul point. This game is delivering to us all the excitement, and it's not looking like it's going to be an easy fight. We have more gold coming for Clash. Oh, as we talk about it, Devil Trigger trying to get an opening on Karina, they have to pop their ultimate themselves. But as you mentioned earlier, we have Clash now with so much more pressure in regards to vision to the rest of the map, but now the vision has expired already, and it's looking like G2 has it themselves. Looking for the Baron push there. They have all the things directed to the top lane. They're positioning themselves there as well. I think everyone is here. Yeah, the only one that's missing is going to be the Gnar TPing in. I don't believe Clash knows about it, but they're soon going to.
Oh, they have to understand what is going on. If you don't see the enemy anywhere on the map, there is only one place where they can be at that moment. Almost everybody from Clash is here, but the Baron is going down. There is no vision available for Clash, so they have absolutely no idea how low the health is. And this ultimate from Varus is not going to miss, but it's not going to do much. And everybody just disengages, but G2 disengage victoriously because they do have this buff finally. And if they get to the enemy's base, they can just win the game.
Yes, and we see the pinks coming in from both teams into their base. The ping on the top inhibitor that is already down. The middle one has respawned. But that's how they're going to try to go for openings into Clash's base. They're going for a 5 push in the mid. We'll see how that's going to play out. I think it's going to rely on the skill of the players, the dodging, the connections of abilities, the chain of CCs, because they are all so good and they know how to position themselves so well. That is going to be a skill dev scenario for, because this looks like it's the last fight, because if G2 wins, it's going to be game.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at the items on both teams. Everybody is sitting on so many of them, on so much sheer power that, as you say, you're absolutely correct. This is going to be the question of the individual skill check on this very moment. Clash are sitting at their base, so they have nothing behind them. It's only their base that they need to defend. This is the last stand for them, potentially. And look at GT, they really want to finish this game. They want to go on into the third game today. Will they be able to do it?
They are very close to doing it, certainly. But Clash is not going to give anything away on this one. They're cleaning the wave as fast as they can. They have a Sivir, but the damage and the poke coming from Tifa is going to be there. Coming from Henkel, it's going to be there. So as much as they're trying, the other wave is coming through in the mid lane as well. This tower is most likely going to go down. The other one, we have the inhibitor almost spawning. So we're looking at... oh, maybe 26 dreams. Okay, it was going to be too dangerous. They would be so far from their teammates, but they're still trying to push this one, relying on the Baron buffed minions. But Clash has stood strong.
Oh, look at the minions. The minions are winning the game for G2. They are going through the top lane and nobody is paying attention to them. They just took down the inhibitor single-minionly. But so far on the other side of the map, everybody's scared to commit, because commitment is going to mean that either G2 are winning the game, or if Clash get out victorious, they are going to take the game. Look at that, the final fight of the day. Lizzie is going so down, but she's in. Oh, that's a beautiful ultimate coming out of the now, but Vi is already sitting on pretty much everybody. Look at Karina. Karina is doing so much damage, and she still lives, and that's what matters for her right now, but she's not going to live for long enough, because you cannot really win this one when the enemies are surrounding you, and it's a beautiful ace for Clash.
I can't believe, to be fair, I do, because Clash has been so great in those 5v5s, and they showed us once again that they still have that last breath in them to defend this fight and try to wrap up a 2-0 sweep for themselves. That's perfect. Once again, Clash with the timing on the objectives, perfectly spawning after an ace, after a wonderful fight for themselves. And I mean, there were only two scenarios here. Or they were going to win this one and get the Drake themselves, or the game was absolutely over for them, and G2 would guarantee a shot at a game 3. But we have a soul point and an impeccable defense from Clash.
And we have this absolutely magnificent fight that we just saw. Again, Yumi sitting on the bike constantly, knowing that this is the best champion to be at if you want to your ultimate to hit as many enemy members as possible. And they cannot really throw too many things against that ultimate of Yumi. They cannot really do anything about that much of control. And then they are trying to match the backline access of Clash with their own backline access, but the difference in the damage is already too big between Karina and Lysia and between Devil Trigger. So unfortunately here for G2, this is not going to work for them. And again, whoever starts the fight is winning it.
Mm-hmm. They have to be super proactive about it, because if they let that one first hit, like a first strike happen, they're going to be in a bad spot. And speaking of a bad spot, sorry about that. We have around 4, do I know how to math? 5, 6K gold lead for Clash at this point. So
Wow.
they really maintained it all throughout the game, and they kept on building on it. Definitely, this last fight was essential to that. They guaranteed a couple of shutdowns, I believe. To be fair, most of the people on G2 are so incredibly negative in KDA. How is this game so even?
Don't ask me, because I would not be able to answer you. But look at that, less than a minute before the Baron is go 4th Baron of the game. Are you feeling it? 4th Baron of the game is going to be up in less than a minute. And this means we're up for a potential fight. But in this fight, whoever wins it, whoever wins a big team fight, will be able to finish the game, because it's going to be enough time for either of the team to go to the enemy base and finish it. Look at that, GT doesn't even want to wait for the Baron. They just want to go and fulfill the prophecy that I just gave to them. But oh my god, Clash!
Clash, the knockup, and guaranteeing that ulti from Yasuo is going to deal so much damage. Already 3 players down, 4 players down. Only Varus, the last woman standing. And Clash is going to push for the mid lane. I can't believe they're going to take that inhibitor once again. They probably have the potential to push a little bit more, because the timers are so long at this point. And one little ADC can't do much. Maybe Clash is going to really wrap up a sweep for themselves. They only have 2 minions, and they're dealing so much damage to the turret. I can't believe Solari. They have wrapped up this one. It's a 5v1. And the Nexus is not standing anymore.
They just did it! Clash